Hello, it is Friday the 27th of November 2009. Welcome to The Gap, episode number 168. My name is Luke Laurie. Tonight I'm joined by Jug and Matt.
Hi, Luke.
Hello, Luke.
Really glad to be with you.
How is everybody tonight? Feeling good?
Yeah.
Feeling good. Feeling pumped, ready to go.
Yeah, man. Pumping iron.
Nice,
What?
nice.
That didn't make sense.
No.
Did it? Okay, pumped. Let's go back to pumped.
Pumping iron.
Do we want to actually talk about some stuff?
No. Hey, look, we should... Sorry, this is... just in case there's some confused people out here, this isn't the Gap podcast.
No, it's not. But we have the host of the Gap, and we figured we might as well...
Play a bit of trickery.
Yeah,
Yes.
we might as well use him.
Yeah.
And
We got you.
I think leverage his expertise.
Yes, there we go. Excellent. This is good. So, I mean... Sorry, this is Luke, by the way.
Hello.
Luke is the new Sydney AG member who's in Brisbane right now. Why the hell are you in Brisbane?
I'm doing a bit of work up here, so I thought I'd pop in and say hello to you guys.
That's nice of you, man. That's
that's-
lovely.
Yeah.
Very, very kind.
Such a nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are we talking about?
Wow,
What
that
are our
was
topics?
almost an awkward pause.
Yeah.
Did you feel that? I felt that.
I felt that.
All right.
Modern Warfare 2 could be reclassified.
World of Warcraft birthday.
Play TV released in Australia.
And some Left 4 Dead 2 changes.
Can I just say that we actually really struggled. I mean, I think this is the first time in a long time where we had to spend more than 2 minutes actually looking around for gaming news this week.
I was tempted to go the new idea route.
What's the new idea? Route?
Just make shit up.
Or no, just talk about Brad Pitt.
Or just talk about Brad Pitt and
Brangelina.
Jen.
Is it Brangelina?
Well,
Or
yeah,
Bennifer?
there's Brangelina and Bennifer, and yeah, there's a lot.
I reckon
Bradifer.
it is an actual job. There is someone in the world whose job description is to actually make up names for celebrity couples.
Yeah, they would dream of cool ones.
Yeah.
Like
Come on.
Kate Moss and Brad Pitt being Moss Pitt. I don't know if anyone called like something Mosh, but that would be awesome.
Oh, damn
Pitt
it.
is good. Like
Pitt's good. Yeah, Pitt, you can work with that.
You can work with that, exactly.
Are you sure you don't do this for a living anyway?
No, but I wish I did now. That would be awesome.
I'm just trying to think. I've had all celebrities escape from my mind. But can we apply this to gaming at all? Like mishmash games or game genres? Or
No, well, we can. We could, in given time, I think we should. But I think Nick Cage is also another good one.
Nick Cage and...
Max Payne.
Max
No?
Max Payne and Lara Croft. Lara Payne. No, that doesn't make sense. That's Max Croft.
Max Croft.
That's not bad.
No, it doesn't
No?
really work.
Okay. Fine. Jesus.
Anyway.
We're going to talk about stuff, gaming-related stuff.
Yeah, I guess we were just saying that there's not a lot happening. I mean, all the games that were coming out have come out now. The big titles are out.
Well, this is the thing. We were thinking of talking like, hey, let's look at the games that are coming up over this Christmas period. But there kind of aren't any.
They're all out.
They tend to all come out in November. I think Assassin's Creed 2 was like the last really...
The last big...
Although there is Avatar. That's the game sort of thing that's coming out.
Yeah. But it's just a movie adaptation. I don't know if anyone else gives a shit. I mean, I've watched bits of it. We watched a 3D version of it being played for a while, and that was interesting because it was in 3D.
I think it's pretty cool.
But I don't think that's available for home consoles.
Well, no, this is the thing. Avatar, the game, will be awesome for all those people in Australia with 3D-capable TVs.
Yeah. So,
Nobody.
Nobody.
I don't... Yeah.
The head of Sony.
Yeah.
Pretty,
He's
I
going
think
to have an
that's pretty
awesome
much
time
it.
playing it. That and his PSP
But the
Go.
actual game itself looked incredibly generic. It just looked like Halo.
Are you saying
I was going to
Halo's
say
generic?
a generic version of Halo, but then I realised that was
No.
redundant. It didn't really impress me at all, I can't say so. I don't think that one really deserves mention.
All right.
Though the movie interests me more.
I don't even know what the movie's about, though. I've seen all this hype and trailers. No
Avatar.
idea what's happening. Yep.
It's about Avatar.
Okay, look, no, I spent about 6 months getting confused between that and the Nickelodeon cartoon, and I'm like, hey, it's
I know.
cool, there's a... Oh.
That is coming out, though.
It is coming out. M. Night Shyamalan.
Well,
is making that.
I think it's essentially set in a kind of MMO type universe where people are actually playing in the
Yeah, but
in the
here's the
the
thing.
world.
I just can't help but feeling. I mean, I watched the trailers for Avatar. I don't get excited at all because it just feels like an overblown, over the top special effects extravaganza where they're creating a universe that no one gives a fuck about. You know what? It does look like Halo. The movie looks kind of Halo-ish. I don't know. I'm just not excited. I want to be excited. It's James Cameron, but it's not doing it for me.
That fucker did Titanic as well. Like
Titanic
for every
was...
whatever.
Fuck you, man.
What?
Titanic was awesome.
There are two types of people who like Titanic.
I'm not going to like this, am I?
Women
Yep.
and bitches. And you can pick which of those categories you want to be put into.
Are you telling me at that moment where like you've gone through 3 hours of this grueling movie that when she's there and Jack's like, just let go, are you telling me that there was not an ounce of sadness in your body at that time?
At that point, I was probably trying to eat off my own face.
Fuck off, man. I was one of those people that's sitting in the cinemas and thinking, fuck, did they turn the temperature down? Because it's getting cold now.
You're a weak-minded person, aren't you? Jedi mind tricks would work on you very well.
Well, probably. Luke, come on, back me up, man.
No, man. Well,
pick a side,
why
man.
did you not say Alien? Why did you say Titanic?
I didn't. Matt said Titanic.
Because that was Ridley Scott, you fucking idiot.
Oh, no. Aliens.
Aliens.
Yeah.
And True Lies. And
No. I'm not saying.
Terminator 2,
I'm not
The
saying
Abyss.
that he hasn't done some exceptional movies. The Abyss is fantastic.
Yes.
Aliens is great.
Yep.
But he's also done some very, very bad movies, and I think Titanic counts as two of them.
Oh, fuck you.
Because it's that fucking long and that fucking bad.
Man, I can't ever listen to you ever again.
Whatever.
Like, starting from now. That's it. Your opinion is... the little tiny bit of opinion of yours that I actually... Fuck, I'm struggling to actually...
You really
know what
are.
I'm
You're
trying to
really
say.
expressing yourself very well here.
The opinion...
Do you want me to help?
Yeah,
Because
could you?
I got some good
I'd
comebacks.
appreciate that. Yeah. Give yourself a comeback.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, you failed!
I feel like I should kind of be dragging us back on topic.
Yes!
Yeah, all right.
Is that
all right. Yeah,
Actually,
do
yes,
that.
the
Do
host
that.
of the podcast here. Drag us back on
Yeah,
topic.
drag
What
us
were
on
we
topic.
talking about, Luke?
Modern Warfare 2. Possibly
Yes.
being pulled off shelves. We haven't had any, I guess, official announcement yet, but Michael Atkinson's come out and said he's going to appeal the decision.
Yeah, Michael Atkinson has tried to appeal the MA rating given to Modern Warfare 2. And I think the reason he's trying to appeal that rating is because that rating is wrong.
Which I
Modern-
believe is correct. I think it's wrong. It shouldn't be
Modern
an
Warfare
MA-15.
2 should not be an MA-15 rated
Can
game.
I just
It
ask-
should be
Ask
an R-rated
a
game.
question. Is this really any of Michael Atkinson's business?
Yes, because he wants to stick his hand down your pants and play with your
But
balls.
this is what I mean. Let's just say in an alternate universe or whatever that he was not the person that all gamers pick on, sort of thing. As in, he wasn't this.
You mean
figure
if
that's
someone else said more or less the same thing?
Yeah, exactly. Would he still? But he still has these same opinions. In the same way that he actually claims that a lot of other attorney generals also
Attorneys
don't agree
general,
with the
but okay.
also don't agree with the R18 rating. Would any of them be doing the same thing, or is it just because Michael Atkinson's sick to fucking god of all these gamers getting all this negative attention? He's like, fuck you. Well, not. I'm sure he's not saying fuck you.
He probably is, but okay.
Well, maybe he is. That's what I'm saying. If we didn't antagonize him so much, which we have every right to do you think he wouldn't be actually pursuing this, being a bit of a bastard?
I get the feeling that you're like crawling towards a point.
I know. I'm actually really struggling at the moment. I feel everything I'm saying could be said in 2 words.
I know, and I think the words you're looking for is this just Michael Jackson? No.
What? Were you thinking?
Though I would never seen them in the same room together. Anyway, Michael
Plastic surgery
Atkinson
can really affect you, man. That's,
Yeah.
One moment you look like Michael Jackson, then you
And you're an old white guy. Oh wait,
oh my god! Have you seen his publicity photos?
Michael Atkinson.
He
yeah,
actually
creepy.
looks like he eats children.
yeah. I
You know,
think
I'm
he
not-
eats them.
I'm-
Well,
yeah.
not straight away.
Not that I'm trying to be nasty or anything, but I am. So
They're not very good photos. They're
No,
not
he
very
looks
positive.
creepy.
He's got a strange mouth.
yeah.
But I kind of agree with him in that Modern Warfare 2 probably shouldn't be rated MA. It should be rated R. But the solution to that is that it should be fucking rated R, not that it should be banned outright.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, as this might be an opportunity to jump onto one of the other topics we're going to talk about, which is Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah, it's really pretty much the same topic, isn't it?
Yeah, which is obviously, it came out. When did it come out? Like
I think it was a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
a week and a half
something like
ago. We're a little bit slow on the uptake here in Australian Gamer, but the Australian version, there is so
We
much.
hadn't really realised the level
No.
of censorship that was happening there. And you see videos of them kind of, not side by side, but roughly the same. one after another, and it is quite amazing just how much they've pussied down that game for the Australian market.
Yeah, obviously, I mean, okay, so the violence is toned down, there's no gore, there's no dismemberment, the bodies disappear as soon as you shoot them. So, I mean, you watch some YouTube videos comparing the two, and it's chalk and cheese. The US version is just blood everywhere, it's gory. It's fun. It actually, you know what? Fuck the censorship and all that kind of stuff. It just looks like fun to play. We're gamers. We like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas the ones where it's all disappearing, that it does legitimately actually change the type of game that
it seems to me to weaken the game quite significantly.
But the biggest thing that really concerns me is that the Australian version doesn't allow the riot cops.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting that they draw the line at riot cops, and this is apparently due to violence against authority figures.
Right.
Which I didn't...
Does it count as violence against authority figures that are zombies? Because that's kind of
well,
the issue,
no, but that's what's weird about it. Where do you draw the line at authority figures? Riot cops, apparently you can't do, but there are other cops in the game, and they're fine. And there's been heaps of other games with police figures.
I get the impression that a lot of the stuff that's toned out of Left 4 Dead 2... and correct me if I'm wrong, but it probably wasn't a stipulation coming back from the classification board saying you need to change this. It was more of a catch-all.
Yeah, I think they basically said, well,
so much fucking stuff, then they just can't not let us through.
Yeah, I think they just took out anything that could cause any problems.
And realistically, from what you were saying before, Matt, was that it's actually hurting sales of it in Australia as well.
Well, sales have been really slow in Australia. I think a lot of people who play pretty much any Valve game anyway do it on Steam. A lot of people buy their games through Steam. And there are tricks on Steam to basically, I think apparently you put like ampersand CC equals US, and it decides your credit card and your purchase are a US purchase.
Was actually telling me that you can gift it to someone from the US or something.
The version I've got is the US version.
How'd you get that?
I got it gifted from Job.
Okay, right.
Right.
So is that because he's got a US account?
He's got a US person that he got the game gifted to. So
all you got to do is just know someone in the US.
Yeah.
Could we get like just a person in the US to represent Australian gamer that can gift it to anyone?
Hawkey's doing it.
Oh, Hawkey's doing it?
Yeah, he's got people
So
overseas.
if you do want a US version of the game, jump on the Australian Gamer forums, talk to a guy called Hawkey, and he'll sort you out. It's very back alley sort of stuff, isn't it?
Yeah,
I don't think it's very legal. Well, actually, I think it's all right.
Well, I don't know. What are the laws? You're not importing?
Look, there's just a guy in the US that just likes giving gifts, man. There's nothing wrong with that.
There you go.
Just a friendly kind of guy. But the biggest thing, the problem that I see with this is that if you're an Australian playing the Australian copy of Left 4 Dead and you jump onto a server that has US people in it, the riot cops will no longer spawn on that server, which is actually prompting a lot of people in other countries to go, fuck off if you're Australian, we'll kick you.
Yeah.
The other thing about that is how many servers are you going to join in the US, really? I've played a lot of Left 4 Dead and I've never jumped in a US server before.
Okay, but if you get the US copy of the game, does that...
It's still going to play locally.
Okay, so they've got some decent sort of match-up systems.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unlike Call of Duty Modern
So hold on.
Warfare.
I've heard that.
Hold on. So if you've got the US version of the game and you're playing it in Australia, but if you're playing on an Australian server with other people that have the Australian copy of the game, that still means the riot cops aren't going to be in the game, right?
That's right.
Right. Okay.
But you'll still get the gore, though, won't you?
You still get the gore and everything. Yeah.
Because that doesn't affect their experience.
I played the demo.
Right.
I was playing the demo, and my demo was full gore. I was playing with other people in Australia, fine.
When was this? Is it?
Demo got released to people that pre-ordered it.
Okay.
Right,
because I already had it gifted to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have you played the actual full game?
No. I played the early build when Valve came out to demonstrate it to everybody.
Right.
And that was the actual Australian version, although they did not say it was.
Right.
And at that point, I didn't actually notice much difference because I hadn't seen all the violence and all the gore that was in the normal version. So to me, it looked like, Left 4 Dead. Sweet.
Yep. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm keen to play it when I get back to Sydney, though. At the moment, Jay's playing my
copy. Yeah, of course, because you've been here for a couple of weeks now, so you would have missed. You'd have been away from your computer.
Hey, you know what the difference between Brisbane and Sydney right now is? Sydney's hotter than Brisbane, I'll tell you that. I went down to Sydney last weekend. It was fucking hot.
We traded places.
I know. It's crazy. It's like that movie with Richard Pryor, except it's not like that at all. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Fair enough.
Yeah, cool.
Play TV was released in Australia.
I don't even know what this is.
The fact that we're dragging up some Sony hardware release again, is pretty much...
What do you mean? You love dragging up Sony hardware releases.
Not when they're not all that interesting. Play TV is basically TiVo for your PS3. It uses the hard drive in your PS3 and is one of the probably better reasons you can think of for actually upgrading the hard drive that's in it, because you can get a 320 or 500 gig hard drive and have plenty of episodes of Dexter on it.
Sweet.
So I'm actually quite interested in it, and it'll be interesting to see whether they do a decent job of it, because this thing was originally supposed to come out in August last year.
Well,
so
hold on though. I mean, it's a Sony piece of hardware. So tell me, what are the restrictions? What can't you do?
I don't actually know. You probably can't
record channels.
No. You'd be able to
record movies.
Yeah, unfortunately not.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't be able to copy stuff off it.
That's it. It records it into a proproprietary Sony format that doesn't allow you to do anything.
And it's probably got the worst interface ever made. If it's in any way like Sony's other stuff. I've got an article written I'll put up soon about why the fuck Sony fail so hard at interface design.
And there's one guy at Sony reading that article and just crying.
Yeah, well...
dying a little bit inside.
Probably not. He's probably finished his work experience and left by now. Fucking twit.
Anyway,
it's actually going to be interesting though to see how many they do sell, because this does not appeal to me whatsoever.
No, but I know one guy. Well, they're actually selling it bundled with the 250 gig version of the console at the moment for free. So you pay for the console and you get that for free.
Well, see, that makes sense to me. And I did not know anything about this before you guys mentioned it. And to be honest,
then you don't read your PR email because it was in there.
I haven't the last week. I've moved, dude.
I know that.
Moved into a new place.
My point is they have been promoting it.
I've moved into a new place outside the valley sort of thing, and I have no furniture. I have a mattress and a laptop on the ground. Do you know how frustrating it is, or how difficult it is to do anything constructive on a laptop when it's sitting on the ground, when it's lower than you?
Do you want a desk?
Do you have one?
No, I just wondered if you wanted one,
because
it seemed
like you
like you would want one.
Go fuck yourself, honestly. Let's talk about Matt's favorite.
Actually, I wanted to talk about Play TV a bit, because I was going to say that even though you might not be that interested, I know a guy who was saying that on Sunday, or the other day anyway, he actually went in and bought a PlayStation 3.
Yep.
And Play TV setup. And he's not a gamer. He doesn't play games at all.
Okay.
So there are people who are interested in that kind of theatre, home theatre sort of setup.
Can I just say, I also met a guy the other day that went out a month ago and bought a PlayStation 3 for $800.
Jesus.
Because he was desperate to get a PlayStation 3. That it was just before the new models were coming out.
Yeah.
The Slims are coming out. And he was desperate to get an old one because he wanted the backwards compatibility, but everywhere was sold out of the old models.
They're not backwards.
He found that out after he bought it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know. I was like, dude, he's like, I had the money. I was like, I want a PlayStation 3. The new models went out. I wanted the backwards compatibility. Went to the store. They're like, yeah, of course it is. No worries, yeah. And that's that.
Well, they kind of are. I've never understood why people care about backwards compatibility. I just don't give a shit. I mean, I was telling someone asked on a forum, which models are backward compatible, blah blah blah, and I replied by saying that there's actually an accessory you can get for the PS3 that makes it 100% backwards compatible.
What's that?
Backwards compatible. PlayStation 2.
Yeah, look, there are people out there that actually like backwards compatibility. There's a lot of good games on the PlayStation 2.
So buy a fucking PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 3 upscales the PlayStation 2 games to a limited degree anyway. And why do you want two fucking consoles sitting there when you can have one big, huge, black motherfucker?
Because one of them is like 3 centimeters thick.
It's not the
point.
You
can put the PlayStation
plug it in,
3
you've got
on
two
it,
plugs,
and you wouldn't even
then
notice.
You got to find the connections in your TV. It's like really annoying and stuff.
I get that it's more convenient, but as a major feature, I really don't think it is one.
You're not allowed to actually comment on this because you're all, I don't care about backwards compatibility. But if you did care about backwards compatibility, you would not want a PlayStation 2. You'd want the backwards compatibility on your PlayStation 3.
Yes, but I don't.
Okay.
So that's like saying if you liked tomatoes, you would like tomatoes. Like, what's your... As
point.
Usual, what is your point?
I'm struggling here. Stop. Just make it so
out of this one.
Don't stay out. Jump in. Make it so I'm not talking right now. I'm not.
Let's move on to World of Warcraft then.
Oh fuck!
We got an email the other day, 3 days ago when you hear this, because we are speaking from the past, to say to announce that World of Warcraft, or Warcraft, has had its 15th anniversary.
That's
its 15th birthday as a
that's infinitely
franchise.
more interesting to me than the other statistics.
And World of Warcraft has had its 5th birthday.
It's getting old.
So World of Warcraft is now 5 years old, which is quite an impressive milestone for an MMO.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
I can't help thinking the thing is due for a kick in the ass at some point, like some sort of sequel, World of Warcraft 2 that increases the graphics to a point where they
World of
look
Warcraft is like, it's like Australian Gamer sort of thing. It's just so big and bloated sort of thing. There's nothing you can do but just continually try and patch it and just try and fix it slowly.
As the guy who wrote all the code for Australian Gamer, I respectfully disagree. AG is actually really clean now in the back end. Clean in the back end. Oh my god, that was so mature.
Okay, here's the deal. Luke, you've got to... Any time that we say something sick and disgusting you're wrong, you have to jump in and give your opinion.
Okay.
You can't sit there silently. This isn't listening. Like, one of those interview shows where you're the third person sort of thing that doesn't get picked on. No, you've got to jump in.
All right, I'll jump in now.
Yep.
In terms of the graphical update, one thing that we were watching just a moment ago was the Ion.
Yeah.
Okay, so they've gone all out. It looks absolutely crazy. On one scale, you've got something like WoW, where it's very low in terms of how much PC resources you're going to use.
Yeah.
So if you do something like a massive update to something where it looks like Ion, you may lose some of your base players because they have to update their machine.
World of Warcraft is accessible.
No, I get that. World of Warcraft, what Luke was saying just then about Ion is that Ion is actually getting a massive patch at some point soon, they announced, and it's going to massively increase the graphics. You can see some sort of before and after videos where they show a zoom thing going over.
There's some nice lighting.
Gives it HDR lighting and all that kind of stuff. It actually does look really impressive.
Yeah. But
the question sort of remains of whether that's a good thing for Ion, because Ion has a similar level of play to World of Warcraft in terms of its hardware requirements. And those low levels are particularly good in the Asian market, which has a lower baseline for gameplay.
But, sorry, if I can just jump in here. I mean, with PC games, it's not a case... that's as high as it can get, but it scales down pretty well. That's the whole point, right?
Yeah.
If you've got a shitty video card, you can still play the game. You're just not going to be able to see it as good as it can possibly be.
Some games just won't run on a lower-end computer. It's just a fact. But games like Ion and World of Warcraft... Ion can be turned up quite a lot more than World of Warcraft and look heaps better as a result, and even at the same general level still looks heaps better. But in theory, the upgrade for Ion, like the full super duper patch they do, they'll still keep the same baseline, I would think. So you would still be able to play it at its current level. So what you're saying is you think World of Warcraft needs to do the same thing? I think World of Warcraft needs a new top end. I think it needs... I want to stop talking about World of Warcraft because it bores me to tears. No, I don't, because... No. I want to talk about Warcraft. Because Warcraft is 15 years old. And Warcraft, not World of Warcraft. Yeah, I get it. Warcraft is fucking awesome. It is. Yeah. I remember playing... The original Warcraft was the first RTS that I ever played alongside Dark Reign at the time. And I had a shitty, I think, 386 computer. I was living in my uncle's place at the time, and we networked them using parallel cables. So you did it back in the day. Wow, nice. Fuck yeah. That's right, using the printer cables. Yeah. And we used to have epic original Warcraft. Was it called Warcraft back then, or was it Orcs and Humans? I think it was called like Warcraft, Orcs and Humans, or something like that. The byline sort of thing. Yeah. And the races were pretty much identical, if I remember correctly. Yeah, one had horns or something. They were very, very similar. They were the same characters. Interestingly, also, Warcraft was originally... If you look at Warcraft, and you look at the races, elves, humans, orcs, blah, 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 and you look at Warhammer... Yep. They are slightly similar. They are identical, and it was originally a Warhammer game. Really? Yeah, they were. I was reading this a while ago. They actually pitched it to Games Workshop or whoever they originally were. I don't think they were called that then. They were called like IWS or something like that. Right. They originally pitched it to them, and they weren't able to get the license to use it, so they kind of made their own near enough.
But they still call them the same things: elves, orcs, and I guess that's not proprietary.
They're not proprietary. They're not owned by. They're, kind of owned by
humans.
They're kind of owned by Tolkien, if anyone does. But but yeah. So if it seems like it's a mild rip-off, because you look at some things like the Zerg and the
Protoss.
No,
Terran.
No.
StarCraft boy over there?
Yeah, I've played heaps of StarCraft.
Yeah!
Looking forward to next year.
2 against 1.
Point is, you look at them and you look at the Warhammer 40Ks, Tyranids, and Eldar.
Yes.
Eldar?
Yeah, it was
I'm not even sure which one's the Eldar.
It was the Eldar were the High Elves. I remember that because I used to play the spaceship Warhammer game for a period of time. But I didn't play it very much. I just loved painting the ships.
Okay.
And I loved it so much, I painted flames on my ships.
That is awesome.
I think I was playing against my mate Frith and a couple of other people. I brought my ships in, and I died so quickly. And everyone was like, why have you put flame? You ruined your ships. I didn't ruin them.
I made them awesome.
Did you have a racing stripe on the top of them? Or?
Yeah,
I do remember actually arguing and saying that I think my ship should go faster because they've got flames on them.
Did you paint them red? Because everything that's red goes quicker.
I think I'll always regret the fact I didn't paint a little woman on the side of it. Those old school.
Or have mud flaps on it with the silhouette of a woman.
Yeah. Oh, you know what'd be awesome? Getting the Warhammer ships or figurines or whatever, but doing redneck versions of them.
Yeah.
So doing I don't know, all beer stains all down them sort of thing. Or any of the female characters sort of painting on midriff tops. Or
denim
shorts,
denim
cut off shorts right up to there.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go that.
Yeah.
Jägermeister thong hanging out of the top.
Brilliant. Oh, tell me someone is creative with these Warhammer.
Well, I have seen there is a quite famous Hello Kitty army.
Really?
Warhammer Hello Kitty army. It's all painted pink with Hello Kitties, and the person who plays them actually is quite good. And does a pretty good job. Well, and apparently they did it purely to rub it in when people lose. So you got beaten by Hello Kitty.
Sounds pretty amazing.
That's brilliant. But yes, anyway, look, props to Warcraft, the series that's 15 years old. I loved Warcraft, the first one. I loved Warcraft 2 to fucking death. It pulled me away from Command & Conquer, I think Red Alert at the time. Warcraft 3, I only really liked it because I played a cracked version of it long enough to beat everyone else in the office where I worked at the time.
Meh. I didn't actually play that much Actually, I didn't play that much Warcraft in general.
I played Warcraft 3 against you when we were working together in the same
I
office.
vaguely remember that. I think that's the only time I ever played it.
You didn't play it much because I kept beating you.
I didn't play it much because I didn't really like it.
And then you say,
hey, much.
Come on, well, why don't you come over to my place and play Soul Calibur then? And then he kicked my ass.
Yeah. But I do play World of Warcraft, of course.
I know you do.
I am impressed by that. And I want to mention...
Yeah, what do you want to mention?
I want to mention that some new gear has been announced for World of Warcraft, which is official cosplay stuff. You can get a tunic with...
what is this bullshit? Official cosplay stuff.
Horde and Alliance gear. You can get swords, you can get banners.
People are just too lazy to make their own shit these days.
I know, look, this whole official cosplay stuff, you know what that is? It's a costume. It's not...
It is.
Specific cosplay. It's just a costume. There's heaps of franchises out there that do costumes or dress-up kits. It's not just for cosplay sort of thing.
I get what you mean. You could, in fact, wear it to bed and say, I'm going to raid you now. But
have you said that before?
No, I haven't, but I want to. I think I have said it jokingly. I suspect I didn't get laid that night.
I suspect you probably did.
With the other term,
or
I'm
get
going
any
to gank you if you have your mates around.
No.
I suspect if you told a woman that you're going to raid her, you would not be getting any loot that night. No. You see what I did there?
That was. Yeah.
I did probably the most impressive costume I've ever seen in a World of Warcraft sort of style was a guy who was. I'll have to look up how he's going on his little project because he was actually getting a full set of Tier 3 Onslaught warrior armor. Tanking armor made.
Yep.
Basically full-scale metal armor. That was his project.
Yeah, because that's going to come in, real handy. That's, for when he goes out to battle against the fantasy
it was never intended for that. He wanted to wear it to BlizzCon next year because it's going to take so long to make. It wouldn't have been ready for this year.
Is it the kind of thing you can comfortably actually walk around in?
He's getting it made in a particular style that makes it not as... it's quite thick, and he's having it done in... tube construction. There was a particular construction style that meant that it looked heavier than it actually is.
Do you know how I know that I'm getting old? Because I hear things like that, and I know that, like, even 5 years ago I would have gone, "That's fucking awesome." Now I'm just like, "Fuck, that sounds like a lot of effort."
Yeah, well, the guy who does it, like, it's easy to dismiss World of Warcraft fans as losers like me, but this guy is a former Marine colonel or something.
All right.
And he's a big stocky guy, so he'll actually be okay with carrying this thing around.
Fair enough.
But he's a bit frustrated because he contacted Blizzard and he's had trouble getting permission to actually wear it in.
Okay.
Because it's kind of metal and spiky. So
he could kill somebody with it.
Yeah, I think he wanted to get a sword made as well, and he's had trouble with that. And he's got the shield that has like...
It's okay if he gets a sword, but he just puts like a foam thing on the tip of it. Should be right.
A cork.
A cork on the top of it.
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
Yeah,
that'll won't hurt anyone. Just as long as he doesn't poke anyone's eye out. Yeah, fine.
So, did we have any other topics?
No, we have no other topics. But I am going to put. I want to bring up two last things. First of all, by the time this podcast goes up, I just wanted to briefly tease and say that theoretically we will have signed the lease for the Manor Bar.
Woo!
Me, Yahtzee, Praz, and another guy who's actually part of the group now is Shay. And so it is definitely 100% going ahead. There is no stopping us now, just like the Queen song. And we are looking at a early February opening. So there'll be more stuff posted everywhere that I'm able to post.
Which is...
everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
I do like hearing from friends of mine that have like my Facebook and Twitter and all that kind of stuff. And then other people will favourite posts that I do. There was, I think, Rowan down in Sydney said that at one point just every recommended link and every link on his Facebook was just about this one topic that I'd posted.
Yeah.
I felt very proud of that, to be honest.
Wasn't it when the game damage trailer
went up? Yeah, it was the game damage trailer. I spammed the fuck out of that.
Yeah, so. Twitter, email, Facebook.
Hell yeah.
Everywhere.
You cannot escape it. The second thing I wanted to ask was actually, Luke.
Hi, Luke.
Up? What's happening?
Luke, how you finding the AG crew being part of the team so far? How's it fit? Is it like is it a comfortable jacket, or is it like a tight t-shirt that you think you gotta lose weight for?
As one of our freshest meat, how do you feel?
It's been good fun so far. I like it. I've put a few. I put a preview up. A couple of events I've been to. It's been good fun so far. I'm only about a month in, three weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been good.
Are you
looking forward to it? The rest of
Socially, it's not that different for you, is it? Because you're still hanging out with the same guys you used to.
Yeah, pretty much the same guys.
Luke's been hanging out with with Jay from AG down in Sydney for quite some time, and Joby from Game Arena is sort of among his paramours. I'm not 100% sure what a paramour is, but
no,
I know it's a metal band, a really bad one.
I'm not even 10% sure what paramour means. So.
I think it's a lover. I think a paramour is a lover.
Are you saying that Jay is Luke's lover?
I am actually saying that.
Is that far from the truth?
Just on Saturdays.
Right.
Just on Saturdays, okay. Yeah. And Joby Sundays.
That's it.
That's your weekends full.
We're to share the love.
But yeah, I mean, good. Well, we're glad to have you aboard and have someone else in Sydney, so that's all good. And yeah,
you'll be seeing a lot more updates from me on the forums.
You'll be seeing updates from all of us a lot more. We've those of you who've been watching the website, because I know a lot of people listen to the podcast who don't actually visit the website.
Yep.
And I know there's a lot who listen to the podcast and kind of read the forums and haven't posted on the forums. So I just wanted to encourage a few people to actually do that. Join up to the forums and join in.
Join up to the forums. We did get a lot of people joining up to the forums after last week's podcast, where I was slightly intoxicated.
Yeah, you may have noticed the more experienced with alcohol intoxication may well have noticed that Yug was a little tipsy.
I will to my dying day. I will genuinely never understand the appeal of listening to me drunk. We will do Matt and I will do a podcast, and we'll finish it off, and we'll turn the thing off. And it's like, it wasn't one of our best or anything like that. And then people listen to it. Oh, that was hilarious. That was brilliant. I loved it. It was great. And it's like, okay, cool, great. So we have no formula with our podcast other than our only formula with the podcast is just to do it. And we struggle at that at the best of times.
Sometimes I found the ones that work and the ones that don't. It's pretty clear to tell because they're the ones with energy. If we're down, if we're flat, that don't work.
Right.
But when you're drunk, you've certainly got energy.
There we go.
and I needed the energy just to control you. Like, you're like a puppy on speed. It's really quite scary. You're like bouncing around, licking things and humping.
I didn't lick you or humping.
No,
so not that time.
still.
But I will next time.
At the start of that, when you were struggling to read the topics, I was like, this is going to be good.
There we go.
It's going to be interesting.
All right, well, look, we're going to wrap this one up. Hey, Luke, do you want to do an outro for us?
I don't really have an outro.
You don't have an outro?
We just kind of say bye.
Dude, you've got to have an out.
Like a catchphrase.
Well, I'll usually wrap it up. I'll usually go, all right, that's about it for today. Thank you very much for sticking around, and we'll see you again next week.
I favour more something like stay classy.
Stay classy, San Diego.
Yes. Or
the whale's vagina. Sorry, anyway. Fuck, now I don't know how to end this. We've wasted our ending things.
I want to say thanks for having me on.
You're welcome, Luke.
Next time you guys are in Sydney, let me know. We'll hook you up with my podcast.
But you're in fucking Brisbane.
Well, look, it's bad planning on
no,
someone's
it'll be good.
behalf.
Yeah, we'll get on your podcast and we'll.
I've already been on the podcast. You go on the
podcast.
podcast.
I know. We'll go on because it'll be really good to have another 12 people hear us. So it'll be
great. hey.
The trash talk.
We hit the 1,000 download mark the other day. So
yeah, I know. I hit that.
That's
true. Yeah, they do the us technique where they get someone more famous than them onto
their
podcast.
Yeah.
Try and boost their traffic.
Yeah, it works.
So
it does.
It works
very well.
There was I don't know if you've been reading the forums. There was quite a bit of trash talk on your podcast.
Was it
on one thread? Yeah, but it was
Mr. Lefty.
It was Mr. Lefty, and he's
but
kind of a bit like that.
No comment.
Okay, good. No comment. All
I'm
right,
a nice guy. I don't say much.
Well, that's all for tonight. So thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll see you all again next week.
Yes.
Bye.
I was expecting you to go. You stay classy.
No, I didn't want to. It was done. Besides, it's not original anyway.
Well, what's your sign-off thing? Come on, give me a sign-off thing.
I don't know.
Luke, give us a sign-off. Just give us a sign-off. Come on.
Miley Cyrus dressed as a prostitute for Halloween.
That's not a sign-off. That's a
no,
statement.
I know. It's my.
That was the first
now.
thing that jumped to your mind.
No, I've just decided that should be my sign-off.
Right. Okay.
Hey everyone, Miley Cyrus dressed as a prostitute. Bye.
All right, Luke. What about you?
Well, you should get a T-shirt made like that.
Yeah,
It'd be amazing. I don't have one.
She actually dressed as the chick from Pretty Woman.
I'm trying to get one going. See you on the other side.
See you on the other side.
On the other side?
I know it's a bit cliched.
With the gap. See you on the other side of the gap. No?
Yeah, but it's still kind of lame. Okay. No, come on.
What?
Better. Spontaneous. Come on.
I can't do spontaneous stuff. I'm hopeless.
Come on. Do it. It's just some sort of exit that's horrible and gross and ridiculous.
I'll be fucking your mum.
There we go.
No, I got nothing. I'm sorry. I'm no good at this.
That's
stuff.
good. I got nothing. I'm sorry. I'll see you again next week.
Say hi to your mum for me.
That's Rove.
Nah, never mind. I'll say hi when I'm pulling
Rove
my
said
dick
hi
out
to
of
your
her
mum?
later.
And with that.
Nah, your mum jokes are too easy. See you guys.
Cheers.